as much as I hate Alex Van Pelt, I do not like switching offensive coordinators, especially when you kind of see that you've potentially hit on Drake Maye. Still on that, he's going to be a bus train. I'm coming around. I said he was going to be a bus in our group chat, but I mean, it looks like you hit on him. You made the mistake with Mac Jones. He had 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years with the Patriots. Not saying they're the same type of quarterback, but you cannot make that mistake. If you make this mistake again, you're going to send him back for years.
Hello, babies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Simba Sports Show. And for your viewing and listening pleasure, we got a real treat for you tonight. We've got the original Queen back in the building. He's lost every piece of equipment we bought for him over the several years of doing the show. So he was back in his wannabe Horror Army dungeon, but instead it's his OnlyFans office. The Queen, Billiam, is here to join us tonight. Thanks for having us, Bill. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for joining me.
Today we're talking about the Krafts, the Patriots, the window shopping OCs. I will put together, were they humbled over the years? Have they been humbled by Bill Belichick's malaise and his lack of, not yet, Ray, that's not how this works anymore. Shut the fuck. He's already got his hand raised for people listening. Just shut up. Just let me do what I have to do, and then you will talk. God damn it.
Why do you always be mean to Ray? What did Ray ever do to you?
He's raising his hand, but he knows he's not supposed to. He's intentionally antagonizing me.
I don't know what malaise means.
We'll get to it. The Krafts were humbled by Bill Belichick's malaise, his lack of attention or need for a quarterback. Maybe they're coming around to it.
Ray's mom's later.
This was a mistake.
I got him unmuted.
We'll be talking about that. They're window shopping the OCs, and they should be. We've been asking for Alex Van Pelt's head for a while, but is it good? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Is it good for Drake Maye? Is it good for Gerard Mayo? Who should it be? We'll talk about who would be the best candidate there and who we think there's going to come in the door. We've got Pat Scraps, of course, looking forward to the Rams. Can they actually string a couple wins together? Spoiler alert, no. 10 questions from around the NFL and beyond. We've got a Celtics hustle problem. Toot suck my pasta. We'll go back to the Bruins. We've got hockey guy Bill. Best of the internets and simple minds of the week. It's a massive show with the Queen here today. We'll do our best to get through it. But let's start with some opening takes. Tell you what, Ray, for now, you're off suspension. I'm gonna kick it off.
Wow.
Yes! I'm gonna kick it off with this. The NBA Cup is stupid. It's a stupid ass organizational decision. It's a dumb tournament. It's useless. I don't know why we have it. It's dumb. Ray, your opening take.
Thanks, Richard. I probably would go down on Whoopi Goldberg for about $50,000. That's all it would take for me. I mean, she's a nice-looking woman and all, so $50,000, and I would go down on that snatch. Bill, your opening take.
50 seems pretty low. I would have said 100. I don't know, 100K. 100K. That's a good price. 50, you're lowballing it.
Thanks, Bill. It's stellar input. Bobby, your opening take.
I would undercut all of you and do it for 25 and take the easy money.
I do it for free and take the story, bring it right back here for the ratings and the clicks, baby. For anybody listening,
you ever see that South Park episode where they lived in Oprah Snatch? Like Whoopi Goldberg's at that age where it's probably hanging down to the ground by now.
She's got Nardone feelings. She's got
she likes to get eaten every once in a while. Bobby clued us in on that because he watches you during the day in his swole
because
laboratory.
I've been doing so much research on lesbians now, my feed is clogged by it. So.
That's true. We buried the lead here. We're going to be doing there's a lesbian segment, the best trend in football. Actually, that was last show. That was Monday's show, and it's now a blog at simplemindsports.com. The best trend in the NFL. Go check out simplemindsports.com to get that. Beyond that, welcome to the show. We're off to a rocking start all over the place. Inside jokes for opening takes. No one knows what the fuck we're talking about. So what do you say we start the show, Ray? The Simba Sports Show, Friday Rewind Live, Thursday, November 14th. Apparently, the Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
I'm on vacation. I'm going to quay all these. I'm going to fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
not Quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's QUE. You idiot.
My understanding is they remain solidly behind Drake Maye. They have sympathy for some of the things that he's had to deal with this year, some of the noise on the outside. Obviously, the roster is what it is. But they have done some research over the last few weeks on how to handle a young quarterback. And, obviously they failed with Mac Jones from 2021 through 2023. So the Krafts have, asked people and done their homework on how the right way to handle a young quarterback is and how they're going to do that going forward. So that, I think, is the next piece of it. I think Drake Maye, again, is on solid ground to be the head coach in 2025. And, from there, you have to continue to evolve your quarterback plan.
Thanks for the clip, Ray. I was going to open up the show, kind of walks into that one, but we're going to start the show with the Albert Breer and the Patriots.
Now, huh? Not to cut you off.
Go ahead, Rich.
Oh my God. Just
all progress we have made in recent weeks out the window.
Out the window. If you're watching on YouTube, I apologize. It's a real shit show. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mothers. Check out SomeMindSports.com. Join the newsletter there for your exclusive content. Dr. Big Mac's biggest favorite boobs is basically what you're going to get there for right now. So you're not going to want to miss that. I just saw in the opening clip, Albert Breer breaking the news. Yep, terrible producer. Albert Breer breaking the news that the Patriots have been shopping around, shall you put it, for some offensive minds to help mold their young quarterback. This is where we get to defining malaise. The Krafts, also in that report later on, if you went to listen to it, Albert Breer said that the Krafts were humbling themselves in this process of going out looking for offensive minds. Real humble of them. How do you get to a point where you've drafted Drew Bledsoe number 2 overall? You've had 25 years of Tom Brady breeding him from a 6th-round pick to not understanding how to bring a young quarterback forward in the NFL after watching teams fail and fail and fail constantly. Now it just feels like you're backpedaling with the hire of Alex Van Pelt and Drake Maye. So when I say, Ray, that they've been humbled by Belichick's malaise, it's because Belichick didn't give a shit about the quarterbacks forever. He told us how that they were not important. They could win with the 15th ranked quarterback in the league, and the Krafts just bought it. They were duped by his cloud of.
While he had Tom Brady, though.
Say again?
While he had Tom Brady, he said all that. That's
right. So it was fake. A malaise is more or less a fake cloud of bullshit, and maybe they're coming out of it. Bill, your opening thoughts on the Krafts looking for outside help. What does it mean? Who are they talking to? Are they firing AVP? Where do you want to go with that?
They're talking outside help. It's guys I know. It could be McDaniels, Dayball. I mean, outside help what? You're not reaching around the NFL. These guys got to worry about their own teams. As much as I hate Alex Van Pelt, I do not like switching offensive coordinators, especially when you kind of see that you've potentially hit on Drake Maye. I'm still on that. He's going to be a bus train. I'm coming around. I said he was going to be a bus in our group chat. But I mean, it looks like you hit on him. You made the mistake with Mac Jones. You had 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years with the Patriots. Not saying they're the same type of quarterback, but you cannot make that mistake. If you make this mistake again, you're going to send him back for years, right? You need to at least develop him. If you want to get rid of AVP, as much as I hate Ben McAdoo, he's there and he has a pretty big hand in developing Drake Maye. I think he's the number 1 guy doing it right now. He's been a head coach. He's actually called plays, so I mean, if you're going to make a change, potentially go to that guy and not go to outside help. I worry about changing the scheme and changing offensive coordinators and ruining the development of a quarterback, especially one that you just got in the 3rd pick. You look like you have something. He makes a lot of mistakes, but there are a lot of correctable mistakes. Right. So if you're going to make the change, you got to make a change to a West Coast guy because that's what they're running right now. If you bring in a different guy, you're in trouble. That's where I have a problem with. You can't make him learn a new system in year 2.
It's a risk that you have to take when you're talking about what they're doing now. So since Breer came out and said what he said, it's been damage control left and right, and they've been walking this back. Drake Maye came out and made huge praise for Alex Van Pelt. Drake Maye, same thing. Everybody down there is saying how great of a job Alex Van Pelt's been doing. We've got reports of how now, the progress of Drake Maye as a quarterback. Alex Van Pelt was asked directly about it, and he said, of course, Alex Van Pelt, who is the key person responsible for Drake Maye's progression, told us that he's made leaps and bounds.
He's also the guy that's single-handedly holding him back.
Well, that's the point, right, Bobby? It's like, okay, you might be developing a quarterback, but that's an entirely different coaching position. That's not the offensive coordinator's job. The offensive coordinator's job is to put everybody on the offense in the best position to succeed. And to this point, you're last in points in the NFL. You're still arguably bottom 3 offense in the NFL with Drake Maye or not. So are they asking for help because they want to do the best for Drake Maye, or are they searching for are they window shopping for a new OC next year?
The Krafts are doing what they should have done last year, which is seek all information possible from external sources, which they chose not to do this year, just promote everybody internally. There's nothing wrong with trying to get as much information on who could be the best possible job. As far as for Van Pelt, even if he's been the right person to get Drake Maye to where he is now, you could be the right person from day 0 through the first year for Drake Maye, but not the right person moving forward for him. And if they deem that that's what it is, then that's more than enough reason to move on from Alex Van Pelt if you don't think that he can continue in the development of Drake Maye. Just because he's done good now doesn't mean that he can be the one to implement the next step in the offense, to your point, Bill, if he's holding him back.
And the problem, I'll back up your point, right, too. It's twofold, right? Because the most important year, especially when it comes to the rookie quarterback, is the year 1-2 jump, right? And you see it across the league, quarterbacks that are on second, third teams, Baker, Sam Darnold, like these guys are flourishing in new systems, offensive-minded coaches, right? So it's like you don't want to ruin that guy with the system you have. So I'm like kind of contradicting myself, but at the same time, it's like you can't ruin your guy and then have him go to another team and flourish, right? So like it's super fucking important to make that decision now. And Rich, you've mentioned it before, just in passing in our chats. If you're going to make a move, you need to fire him now, because now's the time to do it. And you need to kind of go with the system that's in place, which is kind of the West Coast offense. And now you expand on it, because year 1 to 2, if you're not hitting that, you're fucked with this quarterback.
Let me tell you,
guys around him, because you already failed setting him up. You already failed with the coaching staff, with the head coach, the GM, and the fucking offensive guys you had there. You needed an offensive guy, and to Bobby's point, you didn't go outside the organization, and you completely fucked yourself. Completely fucked yourself, whether it's cheap.
Well, look, you are Jalen Polk getting his foot down against Miami from Jacoby Brissett still being the starting quarterback in New England. All right. He went in 2 weeks later and put 25 points up on the Jets.
I disagree. I think now
bullshit. If they won that game in Miami, Drake Maye does not start the next week. It was
if the Seahawks don't block that kick too.
It was not their plan to bring him in. And everybody that you listen to is the development on him from the outside. If it's not Alex Van Pelt and his fat mouth, he's basically the same guy that he was at North Carolina. So here's what this is, Ray. This is another example of this team not being screwed on tight, not having all their ducks in a row. They lost 6 games in a row. And I just listened to Bedard's podcast before we got on here, and they said this Albert Breer's report is not new. This was happening weeks ago when it was rock bottom, right? So they lost 6 games in a row. It looked like shit, and their Krafts scrambled, and they panicked, and they started getting on the phone going, what the fuck do we do? We have a kid that we like, and it seems like they're wrecking him down there, so who can come and help us? It's just another example of they don't have their shit together. So, Raymond, is Gerard Mayo on board with this? Are they undercutting them here? Are they all still operating on different planes? You've got the Wolfpack in their terrible job putting a roster together. You've got ownership going above their coach's head or behind his back. And then Mayo, just being cucked by everybody seemingly left and right. Or do you think that it's a good thing that they're recognizing they need some help on offense?
They haven't had Gerard Mayo's opinion on anything since he's been hired in New England. They don't ask him his opinion on anything. He probably didn't even know who they were drafting at number 3 until Roger Goodell came out and announced that Drake Maye was going to be the number 3 pick. It's always been like this. You know that AVP wasn't his pick to be the offensive coordinator here. It was Elliott Wolf. Kraft doesn't ask him. He's just the little puppet boy because he wants to be the guy in charge. Kraft, because he saw for 20 plus years, Bill Belichick was the guy getting all the praise and all the love because he was the genius. But Kraft wants his love now. So now he's just going out there and saying, I'm going to do this. I think Elliot Wolf is in the mix because he tells him what he wants. But Gerard Mayo is not getting told anything. It's just one of those things that the Patriots don't give a fuck. They want to just do what they want to do. And for 20 years, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady put a Band-Aid on the ineptitude of the Krafts.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was ineptitude with Belichick and Brady. It was just they didn't have to do anything, right? Like Belichick shut them out, and they were winning, so they were fine with it.
Yeah.
Brady covered up mistakes. Like,
Well, he covered up Bill's mistakes. But from an ownership
11 to
standpoint,
13.
you've got Johnny Kraft boy, that wants to, get his paws and his mitts on shit now. And they did that with Pete Carroll after Parcells. This is not a, there's a trend here.
Well,
and
the trend here is Pete Carroll's the only outside guy that Kraft has ever hired. Think about that.
Well, he's
And
only
how did
hired
that
4
work out?
fucking guys, so it's not,
It doesn't matter, but he
25%.
knew Belichick. He identified in '96 that he was going to be the next guy. Then he went to the Jets.
All right, well, here's the tangent. That's why you have Mayo, because Robert Kraft thought, I nailed Belichick because I'm the balls, so I'm going to nail Gerard Mayo because I'm the balls, and that's why you have Gerard Mayo.
I
But
lost all respect for Mayo when he's backdooring Bill. You don't do that. You don't do that to your boss. It's bullshit.
No, but that's how the game's played. That's how Belichick did it too. He backdoored Parcells right in the fucking booty on his way out to New York. He went up to Kraft and said, "Hey, call me after this thing blows up in New York." That's how the NFL works.
That's because Bill Parcells was already on a plane to fucking New York. He didn't even fly home with the Patriots after the Super Bowl.
They had an exit plan for Belichick. They just had to do it a year early.
I'm sure Gerard Mayo
shoot
knew
your
very
shot.
well that Bill Belichick didn't give a fuck about him, so he took the first opportunity he could when he saw a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a disaster at the end there.
Well,
So
I mean,
I don't want to get off
that's
tangent.
true.
I want to
Shut
talk.
the fuck up.
Look, just to put the stats out there again, Alex Van Pelt. Here's the conclusion I've come to. I didn't hear it, Bill. I don't care. Here's the conclusion I've come to. I wrote a blog this week that Alex Van Pelt was getting fired. That was my initial reaction to the report Albert Breer just put out there. He's not getting fired. He's not getting fired. But they are going to bring somebody in to advance his offense, let's call it. So get used to that. Mayo, they've already said unequivocally he's back. He's on firm ground. He's back. Alex Van Pelt will be back next year. They're going to go your route, Bill. They're not going to. They saw what happened with Mac Jones when they gave him 3 different offensive coordinators and 3 playbooks in 3 years. They're not going to do that, but they will bring in some kid or young person to add to that West Coast offense. They did it in Kansas City with Andy Reid. They're going to follow that playbook because right now, even with Drake Maye, in the 3 games that Drake Maye has started and played, I'm not counting the Jets, he has scored 16 points against the Jags, 17 points, and 19 points. They are averaging 17 points with your savior, Drake Maye, at quarterback. It's not good enough.
He has the highest turnover percentage in the league of any quarterback, and that's qualified.
Potential turnover
Worthy
yes.
plays, yes.
Can I ask you a question? What's better for this team? Winning games or losing games?
Winning games.
Alex Van Pelt's back next year, right? So if you start winning the games that you should win, why are you going to change, right? Because you won 3 games with him. You won 4 games last year. You win 2-3 more games, you're making progress, right? So that's where, if you want him gone, now's the time, right? Because the best thing is you don't need the number 1 pick, right? So you need to win games. Like if you're picking anywhere 1 to 10, you're going to get the best offensive lineman. More than likely, you're going to get the best offensive lineman that you need. You don't need a quarterback. There's potential to move down, right? So it's like if you're winning games and you're making progress with May, Alex Van Pelt's coming back next year.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where you have to value is what's better, personal opinion for the Patriots. Losing out and Drake Maye looking inept for the rest of the year and firing AVP or winning as many games as you can, and then you got to ride the shit for year 2. Because if we ride the shit for year 2, then what, and it looks the same, then you start to question everything and go, what the fuck? Because now you already failed your quarterback because you put the shitty
so
system
the bottom
in place.
line is the Crafts need to land the plane here, and they need to land the plane, and they've put themselves in a tough position that they will consistently be in if Gerard Mayo is their head coach, because he doesn't know shit about offense. He doesn't know dick about offense. So you're constantly going to be bringing up
calling a game.
He doesn't know shit about shit, but
Like
from an offensive standpoint.
I'd-
So I think AVP's back. Look, if you didn't play the Bears, who just fired their offense coordinator, and the bust that is Caleb Williams, and 9 sacks, and you're feeling good about this team because you've got 3 wins on the season, and one of them was last week. This Sunday, on Monday, 4 days from now, they're going to lose to the Rams. They're probably going to lose big. It'll be a completely different fucking vibe. This is how this season is going. Bobby, you want to say something? I see you.
Well, just to your point, the way that the local media is now just so positive about the team because they've won a game and had this streak of 3 games where, again, as we've pointed out, they've played probably the only 3 teams that are worse than them in the league, and they actually look mildly competent. But they haven't done anything yet. If they go, I'll be very positive about this team if they go out, look the same as they did last week against the Rams and win a game. But I don't believe that'll happen.
Yeah, beautiful segue. Let's get in some Pat Scraps, some news from the week, and look forward to on Sunday. Ray, can we just do a little breakup? You got something fun in there just to break it up a little bit? Because Ramblin' Ruth down there has really been draining on a vibe.
Crowd work, no more shows. Somebody fucked it up for y'all. I was doing a show one time, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, man, what you do for work? He was like, I fuck your mother every Tuesday and Thursday, and her pussy was bad. And my whole set went straight downhill. I had no response for that bullshit. Because listen, the first part, okay, you know what I'm saying? You fuck my mama, cool, you feel me? But her pussy being bad, that's some fucked up shit, sir. I would like to, my mama got great pussy. That's what I would like to think. I don't know, but I would like to think that.
Oh, he didn't even come back for it. And I don't understand how you don't like Cam Patterson. Bill, you and him are the same people.
No, I don't like Cam Patterson at all. I don't think he's that funny. I love Kill Tony.
Yeah.
You didn't let that play out. That was a talk about having bad hair, and I got.
No, that's the next clip. Shut. No, that's the next clip. That's the second clip.
Fine. Fair enough. Cam Patterson's fine, Bill. You're an idiot. Come on.
I don't like him. I don't think he's that funny.
He's pretty funny. He's got a good delivery.
Oh, did you what? His Kill Tony Madison Square Garden this year? He was not funny. He went viral because he's a hard talking about rocks, and he made Joe Rogan laugh because he had fucking rocks in his pocket. Come on,
you're talking. I didn't know he performed at Trump's thing. Cam Patterson did.
No.
He's
Tony did a big New York. He did a big thing.
I know Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah, I watched Hinchcliffe said it wasn't funny at Trump's rally.
No. He did a thing at Madison Square Garden.
So,
it was.
I know
Tony did. Shut the fuck up, Bill! Shut the fuck up, Bill! Jesus Christ! Shut the fuck up!
You don't.
It's like you. They did a Kill Tony at Madison Square Garden. Cam Patterson was there. That's what Bill's talking about.
Oh, I thought he said the Trump thing.
No.
Well, the Trump thing.
He did say Trump thing.
No, I did not say Trump thing. I said
Kill Tony at Madison Square Garden. For a second, because I don't give a shit. Pat Scraps. All right, here's the biggest news of the day of the week. When's Bill going to leave? This is the bullshit. This is the next. Can we get a DraftKings live bet? Or did you kick him out?
I'm kicking him out. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God!
Is he out of the show, or is he just in the group?
No, I kicked him out of the show.
Oh, okay, bye, Bill.
I Rick Pitino'd him. See you the fuck later.
We're a serious program now, Bill. You're fucking dragging us.
God damn! Holy shit, man! I was like, he just fucking keeps going. He doesn't know when to stop.
He really lost his.
Lost
his fastball.
He was using this as a personal therapy session. We were gonna listen to every damn word he had to say,
and I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the show in over a year, and he had a lot of pent up words in there. Ray barely talks as it is. He wasn't going to get a word in edgewise.
No one was.
That's true. Billy Rambles. We actually used to play Billy Rambles Rambling Man. When we'd cut him off and play Rambling Man by the Allman Brothers. Lord, I'm a Rambling Man. It's because he's smoking. He needs to drink more. You too. When you guys get on the fucking weed, you just he talks too much and you talk too little. Everyone just needs to drink alcohol. All right, that brings out the best in everybody.
You got it, buddy.
All right, Pat Scraps. Exciting news. Christian Barmore is back at practice. No news if he's going to play. Obviously, I don't think he's playing this week.
No fucking way he plays this week.
So he gets on blood thinners. He's got to be off blood thinners for 3 months, and then basically he can play. The last report that we got that he was on blood thinners is when the Providence police pulled him over and he tried to fight them all, which was the beginning of October. So I don't know, start doing some math. He's close. I would say he's close. Maybe a couple weeks. He's off the meds. But exciting to see him back. Obviously, that was a huge blow. And he would be massive. I mean, from a team that can't stop the run, you put him with Gottschall and Barmore. I don't know how much you want to take from last week. Their defensive line looked great, but geez, the Bears suck. So either way, we know how good Christian Barmore is. It would be great to have him back. If Bill brought anything to this program this week, that it's better if the Patriots win. Barmore helps them win.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. That's the exciting news we got. The interesting news we got, Jonathan Jones played a lot of free safety this game. You guys have been on board with me. I've been calling it since the preseason, since offseason, I'm sorry. They do not roster an actual free safety on this team. We saw blown coverages for weeks. Jalen Hawkins back there. They stuck the veteran Super Bowl winning Jonathan Jones back there, and it seemed to straighten things up, and they played a shit ton of man coverage, top 3 most man defense this year. All 3 of those games they've won, so follow that trend line. Any thoughts? Well, and then lastly, the intriguing piece of news, just the whole Caleb Williams fallout bombing. I talked a little bit on Monday, but Shane Waldron gets fired, the offense coordinator for Chicago. Caleb Williams now looking like a bust as the number 1 overall pick. Drake Maye, stock is up as the number 3 pick.
His teammates don't like him either. Sorry to interrupt you, but it sounds like the Bears teammates don't like Caleb Williams.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of that from your time in Chicago there last week too. So wherever you want to take that, Bobby, I'll throw it over to you. You got Barmore, Jonathan Jones, the Drake Maye, Caleb Williams fallout. That's the news of the week.
The addition of Barmore back would be a legitimate impact player for the Patriots. He would improve their pass rush and their run defense, which are both big problems for them. So I think that he would have an actual impact. Drake Maye, 100% is the better player than Caleb Williams. None of us liked Caleb. We all thought he was an idiot. And I think everybody has proven that Drake Maye, he's a much better player and he gets along with his teammates. I think this is a no-brainer there.
Right. Here's the frustrating piece of news that I found today, kind of piggybacking off of the way we ended last segment and the positivity surrounding this team off of a win for a third win of the season, overreaction. I find it very frustrating that Drake Maye comes out and says he believes we found the formula to winning and being successful in this league, which is running the ball well, scoring little points, and dominating on defense in a game where you got 9 sacks, a franchise record. After earlier in the year, he called it unsustainable offensively to go out there with Jacoby Brissett. It's just another example of him putting his foot in his mouth, kind of just fucking coach speak, corporate speak, not really looking at things accurately. Like, you're not going to, what formula? You're not going to get 9 sacks a game, you dope. You're playing against Caleb Williams, who sucks, and an offensive line down to their 4th string tackles on both sides or whatever. The Chicago's offensive line was decimated. And then offensively, you ran the ball well, and Drake Maye had his lowest graded game of the year, where earlier in the year you said that type of offense was not sustainable, which is not. You scored 19 points. So it's just frustrating that Drake Maye still, I don't think, gets it, but everybody's got rose-colored glasses on because you got a W.
I think the only 3 teams that you could beat with 19 points a game is the Bears, the Panthers, and maybe the Browns, depending on who's the quarterback at the time. But yeah, this is not a sustainable offense to win in the NFL. You have to put up points. And if Drake Maye is only going to put up, 17 points per game is what he's averaging right now, you said earlier, Richard, you're not going to win many games. You might be lucky if you get an injured quarterback or something like that. But yeah, this is not going to work. And the other thing too, with Drake Maye coming out and saying all this shit, he needs to find a new PR guy, fire him immediately, have someone talk to him and before he goes on stage to talk to the media, because he, like you said, is putting his foot in his mouth all the time and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time.
Mayo's a bullshitter. That's how bullshitters talk.
Oh, yeah.
In that comment, Bobby, he said, and he's done this multiple times this year, he said, I use this. It's like comedians calling a joke or pulling the fourth wall away from a television movie show. He's like, I'm going to use this platform. And he says why he's going to use this platform. He said, you guys know I use this platform to speak to my players too. And I'm telling my players right now, I know you're listening, players. That's the formula to win. Go out there, be strong on defense, run hard. It's like, shut the fuck up. God damn it. Like, that's
it's
not
like Bill. It's like Bill.
That's not how you do this. That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
God. You're right, Ray. Like, somebody talk to this guy. Like, This is supposed to be where he's good, coming from Kraft's management. We've had this Kraft's management training program 101 with Johnny Kraft over there. We've talked about this multiple times this year. It's frustrating as hell listening to Drake Maye. He's full of shit, and I don't think he knows what he's doing. And what was going to be your opening take, I think, Bobby, is the mainstream media is full of shit and they suck. No one's talking about it because they got to win against a bad team. So
if they would have lost, if the Bears would have got the 9 sacks and we would have lost that game 19-3, then obviously the media would be ripping Gerard Mayo how bad of a coach he is, and he would be on the hot seat coming this week.
Well, hold on, Bobby. I know you have to say something, but that was a very dumb comment by Ray. Of course.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just
have to
saying,
give a little bit of credit for the win. They did win.
But did he win? But did he win? Did he come out with that formula and say, "This is how we're going to win this game"?
Yes. You have to give
credit for the wins.
You have to give credit to the head coach for the overall approach and scheme of the game. Whether he had anything to do with it or not, we don't know. To my point is because when he comes out and gets himself in front of a microphone, he's full of shit kind of constantly. But the way he presents himself is intentionally not full of shit, which is a dead ringer for you are full of shit. Right. Yeah. So it's like, it's just frustrating to listen to. Sorry. You were going to say something, Bobby.
Back to the point about how Mayo is portrayed in the media, especially from a local perspective from the Boston media. He was a part of that media for a few years. So I think that they all are also a little bit reticent to kind of really come at him because I think they like him personally.
Yeah, I think they like all of them. Alex Van Pelt's a nice guy. They're all nice guys. All right, quickly, let's take a look ahead. Bobby wrote a beautiful blog, a simple-minded preview.
Did you have the day off today, Bobby?
I did not.
Getting it done.
Some of us are able to multitask effectively.
Yeah, at our desks, which apparently you have, Ray. I don't know what's your fucking problem.
Looking at tits all day.
So
I start writing, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't.
Looking at tits all day. Well, where's the extra piece of content we need?
I just get lost. I get lost in the interwebs.
Yeah, we know where you get lost.
It's a lot of boobs on the internet.
Lots of boobs.
Lots of boobs.
If you want the full detailed version, go to simplemindsports.com and check out the blog, a simple-minded preview to this week's game against the Rams. But, Bobby, why don't you just give us a synopsis of what you wrote there, what we're looking forward to on Sunday?
Brief synopsis would be this game opens up at about a 5.5-point favorite. Interestingly enough, money coming in on the Patriots. Where that money's coming from is your best guess of mine. I think the game really just comes down to it's the Patriots O-line versus the front seven of the Rams. Patriots O-line has obviously been a point of contention for the Pats. It appears they're going to start the same 5 again. Are they able to stand up to a team that has the second best pass rush and a firm run defense? If they're able to do that, then they can move the ball because the weakness of the Rams defense is a poor pass defense. So if they can do that, then maybe they can get themselves a game.
Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, they're going to light this team up. They're just going to light the team up. They're going to score too many points, and the Patriots are not going to be able to keep up. They're going to get off script. Alex Van Pelt's not going to be able to handle it. Spoiler alert, prediction, you've got 27-20 here. It's not a 7. I got at least a 10-point game. I think they're just – and Matt Stafford is not a lesbian, so he does not fall in the trend.
That's a big factor.
That's a big factor.
The Patriots,
and they just lost to the Dolphins. They just lost to the Dolphins, whose head coach is a lesbian.
I don't know if he falls in the lesbian camp. Definitely douchebag. And
he definitely has the body of a female.
Yeah, that's true.
The fragility and size.
There's another teaser there. Go to simplemindsports.com and check out the greatest trend in the NFL that no one's talking about. What's the tagline?
The Patriots reject male femininity.
There it is. We beat the shit out of lesbians. Matt Stafford's not that guy. The Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he's about to shred your defense apart, even with Jonathan Jones back there in the safety position. So I don't know. Ray, any final thoughts on Sunday coming up?
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. I don't know about, I mean, I think they'll be close, like similar to the Texans game. It'll be kind of close, and then the Patriots will never really have a true shot. It'll look close on the scoreboard, and then when things get, and then at some point the Rams will separate.
I liken it to the 49ers game. Like, it'll look competitive at points, but the Rams will always be up 2 scores. I just kind of have the Patriots adding a late score to make it look close, but like they were never going to win the game.
Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll look forward to that and a complete flip of the mainstream media's opinion about Alex Van Pelt and Gerard Mayo 4 days from now. Till then, headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. The Patriots now have 3 wins. That's right, 3 wins this NFL season. Drake Maye gave the defense a pep talk Wednesday, and on Sunday, they had 9 sacks on Caleb Williams, who is, in fact, a lesbian. Next up is the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday at 1 p.m. in Foxborough. The Celtics lost their first NBA game of the NBA Cup Who gives a shit? More about this later. To the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday night, 117-116, then bounce back and beat the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday, 139-114. Celtics are now 10-3 and take on the Toronto Raptors Saturday night. The Boston Bruins are 8-7-1, and many fans want Rich's head for talking bad about David Pasternak. Did David hear this? Is my butthole in danger of getting the butthole tattoo this year? More to come on this later on. And finally, the Red Sox put their names in the hat for the Juan Soto sweepstakes, and it's all bullshit. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Back to you there, Richard.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Thank you. Ray, is that cum on your chin?
No, I got grays, dude.
Grace. Yeah. I got grace. I got a lot of grace.
We all got grace.
Yeah. That's where we're at. Oh, happy birthday, G Baby.
Oh, happy birthday, G baby.
Yeah.
Happy 40th. Whoa,
Super
getting
fan
old.
listener. Over the hill. Over the hill. You guys are 40 this year.
Nope, next year.
I'll be 40 and next
Your
year.
next birthday, you'll be 40.
Yep.
Correct.
That's next year.
This is why it's frustrating. This is why every fucking day today with the goddamn, we'll wait for the Celtics segment for Bray to piss me off again. Until then, 10 questions in 10 minutes, 10 questions from around the NFL and beyond.
10 minutes.
We won't have to wait 10 minutes for him to piss you off. First question.
Go ahead.
Did the Giants make the decision to move off Dayball after their Germany debacle, just like Krafts with Belichick?
Yes. Because they owe Daniel Jones too much fucking money, and no one's going to pick up that tab.
No.
They're gonna keep.
The Daniel Jones money is fake after this year. He's gone. They're going to have the number 1 overall pick. I'm not saying Dayball will be there or not, but he's a good offensive mind. And if they have a number 1 overall pick, they're going to draft a young quarterback. Brian Dayball should top a lot of lists to bring a young quarterback along. So I'm not saying he will be there. I'm not saying this is not a Belichick situation. They haven't canned him yet, I don't think.
The GM looked like a boob on the HBO show. I think he gets scapegoated and Dayball gets another year.
Yep. It's also the Maras. Like, they don't like firing their coaches.
No.
So
Unless your name's Ben McAdoo. Will Bailey Zappi have
Joe
a
Judge.
longer career than Mac Jones?
Yes. And he's going to have a Super Bowl.
I think this is a
victory too,
fun
probably.
question. This is a fun question.
it's a fun question, but it's an easy question. No, Mac Jones.
I think he will because he won't be playing. I think Mac Jones is going to play more this year, and he's going to suck so much that nobody is going to want to keep him on anymore. And Bailey Zappi is going to just stick around as a third guy and not play. So therefore, he'll get more years.
You Zappy fever puds. Bailey Zappi sucks. He's a pipsqueak.
He's better than Mac Jones when he played.
He was not better than Mac Jones. Mac Jones, his rookie year, won 10 games and went to the playoffs. Bailey Zappi fucking blows. You'll be out of the league in 3 years. Bailey Zappi sucks. He'll be playing.
Excellent. Now that we have you agitated, on to the third question: is buying a WNBA team for $200 million a good investment?
Absolutely. Thank you there, Bobby, for letting me answer this first. Yes, I think it is because they'll double their profit if they buy an WNBA team. So, yeah, I think it's a great investment.
Yeah, you don't double profits. But this, God damn it. This came up for this week. Yes, look, the WNBA is about to get an influx of fucking TV money that is out of this world. Put your money into it now. You will make money on this, okay? This professional sports. Go look at what the teams were bought for and what they're worth now. The Aces were bought for $2 million 4 years ago. They're now worth $150 million. Those numbers just go up, baby. They just go up.
Didn't I just say that?
I've got some
right.
swampland
Right.
in New Jersey I want to sell you. Is Tua an underrated QB?
No, overrated. He's not good.
He has weapons, and he's always had weapons. So, yeah, he's not very good. I think he
The
just
Dolphins
has...
are complete trash without him, and they're viable with him.
That's a Mike McDaniels problem. That's not a Tua problem. He's fine. He's okay. He's fine. Without Tyreek Hill, he was nothing. So he's fine.
Will the Jags lock up the number one pick if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play the rest of the year?
Yeah, because Mac Jones will be the quarterback.
That's sell point. I was going to go with no. The Giants will because Daniel Jones will be their quarterback. But
Ooh, Mexican
that'll be a
standoff.
tough race to the bottom. And what I don't like about this conversation, again, is the Patriots have moved themselves out of it, which I don't think is right. I think they should be firmly in the conversation of fighting for that number one overall pick. Their schedule's not that easy moving forward.
They're still there. They could still not win a game.
It's the worst the league has been in a very long time.
Yeah.
Don't disagree.
Especially the AFC. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. How annoying was the Chiefs' blocked field goal to win the game?
Extremely.
I have not jumped on the board of the conspiracy theory that the Chiefs are, getting the script or whatever. But if you go watch that replay, not a one of those dudes blocked. Not a one of those dudes on the offensive line blocked.
They completely bull rushed that guard like he wasn't even trying. He fell over like
Humpty Dumpty.
It just
You can blame it on a snap count, and they weren't all on the same page. But that entire left side of the line and really across the board, none of them even put up their hands. So, fine, snap count or is the script written for the Chiefs' undefeated season?
bigger disappointment, the Bears or the Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Ooh, no, Bears.
I go Bears. Bears
Bears.
with a story about how they're going to be with Caleb and everything that they brought on. The Cowboys blow every year.
No, but the Cowboys, they put all the money into Dak. They paid him that monster contract. They paid CeeDee Lamb that monster contract. Both of them are now on the IR. So, I mean, this is a huge disappointment. Dak's not playing the rest of the season. CeeDee Lamb looks like shit.
Cowboys was predictable. It happens every single year. The Bears were supposed to be pointing upwards, and so quickly, it fell right back to where they've always been.
They did.
No, people in Chicago are devastated. Dallas fans are like, yeah, we suck because we always suck, and Jerry Jones will never be good because he's built a institution of, not winning there.
Hey, but at least the Cowboys had a good time in November with both the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series.
That's true. Those fans had fun.
Mm-hmm.
Two great American cities with shitty franchises. Should kids go to school year round?
Yes.
Unequivocally, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. This needs to get changed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. The only reason it doesn't happen is so they don't have to pay teachers.
The fucking teachers unions. How do we get at these teachers unions? They're the
It's not
only
the teachers unions. It's it's the states and not wanting to pay the teachers. You'd have to put another third into their paychecks, and they don't want to do that. Where's that money going to come from?
Because they get paid a year round for out it. Yes, I see your point.
They got to pay them more, so they don't want to. So they're never going to work. They're never going to go to school all year round.
That makes me madder now that you made that point.
Yeah, more mad is the right way to say that, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Don't fucking correct me.
Grammar guru coming up.
I'm more mad now. That doesn't sound fun.
Did a lot of work on those blogs this week. Jesus Christ.
I did a lot.
I did a lot. No one knows how to write correctly, but go on.
Those blogs are written just fine. You didn't make a single correction.
I corrected basically the entire thing.
That's not true at all. You're just making shit up.
Go reread the lesbian blog. It's much better now.
Fine. Will Bill Belichck coming off the books help the Pats spend next year?
No.
Yes, this is a good point. I did not think about this. Yes.
I think it's a big yes because they're paying him $40 million out of the players' budget.
All money is real money to the Crafts. Real money is super real money to the Crafts. And $20 million, I think, is probably closer to the real number, is real fucking money. That's a wide receiver. So it absolutely has something to do with 100%. It. That's why they don't pay their coaches coming in. That's why Alex Van Pelt's getting paid by the Browns. Absolutely, it will help them spend money next year. The Patriots will 100% spend money next year.
In agreement. Mike Tomlin, is he a top 5 coach in the NFL?
Yep.
You got to say, you got to say yes.
I think it's unfortunate. He's probably 5. He's fringe, but based off of longevity and his command of the organization, you kind of have to.
Are you talking about like right now in the NFL, right?
Yeah, right now.
Talking all time.
No, right now.
Oh, he's definitely
one of the
5.
32.
He could be top 3.
You have to say yes, but I think the NFL is lacking in good coaching. So you got to water down.
Look what he did with Russell Westbrook. He brought in Justin Fields from Chicago.
Russell Westbrook was a good Steeler. I did enjoy his time.
He had a lot of good triple doubles.
Triple doubles all
over.
Oh
shit, Russell Wilson. Sorry, I'm like, why are you guys making fun of me right now? Sorry, Russell Wilson. Look what he did coming from Denver, though. Like everyone thought his career was over.
Can I just take a minute to just toot on everyone's fucking ass about telling me that Russell Wilson was washed? Russell Wilson put up numbers in Denver, and nobody wanted to admit it because of the trade that they got for him, and they don't like him because he was weird, and the Denver Broncos were not very good.
And he wasn't. That's why no one liked him.
And he wasn't great, and everyone wants to bring up the Sierra thing that he finally had sex and kind of stinks now. He never really stunk. The Patriots would be better if they got Russell Wilson instead of Jacoby Brissett. You'd be a playoff team if you were the Patriots. Fact,
not opinion.
A Russell Wilson truther.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Get me the button and put it right here. There you go. That's 10 questions from around the NFL and beyond, although we had no beyond. So
there was a beyond. I don't believe kids going to school year round has anything to do with the NFL.
Fair enough. That's a good point.
Or the WNBA question.
Lucky for you, we have some bonus ones. First question: We're going to ask the question, play the clip, and then answer it. Is Deebo Samuel a tool?
Deebo Samuel. Oh.
Yeah.
It's Tabor Pepper, who's the long snapper of special teams.
Yeah. That's a lot of emotion, and these guys are fighting hard. You know, you're coming out of the bye week. Deebo, he doesn't want to hear that.
I guess taking some trash talk or shots at the kicking game.
I ask the question again. Is Deebo Samuel a tool?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
No fucking way. That he missed.
My
3
opinion
kicks.
wasn't based off of that clip. It's based off of one from earlier in the day.
Okay, do you have that where you look like a lesbian? Okay. Well, I figured if you were going to answer yes, then you were going to back it up with that. He's not a tool. He went over to his kicker who missed 3 kicks. They're in a close game and said, tighten up, get your fucking head on straight. And that the long snapper is the tool who wanted to fight Deebo Samuel, one of their best players, because he's telling them to get their shit straight. That's the tool in this scenario, not Deebo Samuel. Not Deebo Samuel. And also, here's a little stray positivity for you. Tom Brady, lately, his latest thing was don't coddle your kids. He came out, I think this was on, I don't know, something. He started talking about the kids are being coddled these days, and they're getting put into situations where things are too easy for
calling
them.
the pot black situation there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how he is as a parent. Probably super easy. But I like Brady's jib when he's a little bit uncut. He's basically calling everybody pussies, and I like it. And right now, that long snapper's a pussy. Deebo Samuel's in the right. Stop missing kicks, you douchebag. That's your fucking job. And if you can't shove kickers in lockers these days, who can you shove in lockers? You guys are wrong on this one.
Past 4 years,
I'm all for putting people in lockers if that's where we are on this.
Well, don't let Deebo Samuel's leather short shorts turn you on this. In that situation, he was not the tool. I tell you who is a tool, or I guess I'll ask the question. How big of a tool is Aaron Rodgers, a.k.a. the football Alex Jones, the new owner of The Onion? I don't know.
The amazing stat, though, is this a true stat that he's done 4 more picks 7 times and he's won every single one of those games? Is that real?
Yep, 7-0.
That's wild. I mean, that's why stats are for what Big Mike used to say.
I got nothing but respect for this one. This is elite trolling. After the Lions-Texans game where Jared Goff threw 5 picks and they still won, this random dude named Mr. Civ tweeted this. He said, this is now Jared Goff's 7th career game with at least 4 interceptions. His record in those games, 6-0. Obviously, that stat is so far from the truth. And this random guy, Mr. Civ, the top tier troll, goes, if you've ever wondered how easy it is to spread false information. As someone who's played in the league for as long as Aaron has, and he's a quarterback himself, how do you believe that stat? Bravo, Mr. Civ, you got it done.
The anti-vaxxer Rodgers, the conspiracy theorist, the hero himself. That's where he gets his information. I just
and
thought
also, did he sound like drunk in that clip there?
I sound like a cunt. I don't know if that counts. I hate Aaron Rodgers with the passion of a breath. I just hate guys like that. He's the Kyrie Irving of the NFL. Love to hear himself talk. Gets his information from douchebags like this on Twitter, and then goes on national TV and spouts it off. But fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. Shut the fuck up. Get off TV. Go get yourself in a bat cave and do some ayahuasca. Blow off. You blow. Jets suck. You ruined that franchise too. Fuck off. Quick break.
I also have a good pussy theory. Hear me out. All right. I think if you got good, if you have good pussy, your kids got good hair. That's what that is. If your mama got good pussy, you got good hair. Like you, ma'am, mama had good pussy. You, sir, your mama had good pussy. That nigga bald. So you tell me, baby. All right, that's my time.
There it is. Quick Celtics minute here. I wrote a blog a couple days ago. Celtics have a hustle problem. They lost the first game of the NBA Cup, which was my opening take. That thing's stupid. Ray, I think you had some thoughts on this. Do you agree with me?
I 100% agree.
Why?
Because everyone bitches about preseason football, spring training baseball, just playing meaningful games, making people spend outrageous money to go to these things. NBA Cup, they said, read it and weep, boys. We got that. We'll one up you. Something that no one does in professional sports here in America. They're doing it now, and I think it's just a ripoff. And I think that it should be all playoff teams that didn't make the playoffs last year should be in the NBA Cup, and let these losers fucking fight it out instead of these top echelon teams that are trying to win an NBA championship, not a fucking cup.
I have no idea what you just said.
Cool. What if you did it the other way around, where all the teams that weren't in the playoffs last year battle it out?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
The winner of the fucking tournament gets a play-in game for the playoffs.
Gets the number one overall pick.
I think that's what he tried to say.
I tried to say that. Yeah,
they're not exhibition games.
Number one pick, battle it out for that.
That's a good idea. They're not exhibition games. They are regular season games built into the season. So
I know, but it's stupid, though. It's very stupid.
Why?
Because they count towards your record, but yet if you make through the knockout stage, then some of those games won't count and all this shit.
No,
You
they
guys
all
are the
count.
ones that said that these guys are the ones that are so tired. They played in the Olympics and blah, blah, blah. And yet now we're saying, let's play in the NBA Cup. Like,
There's no extra games. There's no extra games. It's the
I know,
same
but
amount
fuck
of
this
games.
fucking guy. It's stupid. I'm just saying it's stupid. I'm saying it's stupid.
But the reasons you tell him stupid are wrong. There's no extra games. There's no exhibition games. There's one extra game if you make it to the championship that doesn't count. So you can agree, you can have the opinion that it's stupid and not like the cup because the cup doesn't mean anything. And the Lakers hung a banner for a cup that is, whatever. It doesn't mean anything because no one's put value to it. The NBA is trying to put value to it. The championship league in Europe doesn't mean anything unless people put value to it. And the players get paid like $500,000 if they win the fucking thing. So there is value to it to the players. And it's not exhibition games. The games count towards the regular season record. They count towards standings in the playoffs. Everything you just said is just not correct. Which is why I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
I like the idea of it. They've just executed it poorly. I think they could make an NBA tournament a great thing. They just fucked the whole thing up.
Why?
Why did they fuck it up?
What is it about? It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me, but I'm saying it's a wasted opportunity because of what you're saying about how it's also a cup game is also a regular season game. So now you're telling me this game is different from another game, but if you win, you progress. It should be its own thing with its own actual circumstances.
The circumstances is you are a NBA Cup winner, which at this point doesn't have value on it because it's only been 1 year. But the circumstance of the championship league and Europe and soccer, when they have these tournaments all year round, is now there's pride in it. Remember when there was pride in fucking sports? That's the deal. And if if you can't get behind it, you think that's stupid, then I don't know. I just disagree with you. It's competition.
The Champions League, you don't have all the same teams from the same league. You get all different teams from different leagues. So if you wanted to do something cool, then get teams from Europe, get teams from Africa because they're trying to make the NBA big in Africa now.
You just bitch about exhibition games.
I'm just saying. Oh, God, I can't tonight.
Well, you're not saying anything. God, fucking frustrated. Anyway, the Celtics have not fared well in the last 2 seasons. Last year they fell short, and this year, game 1 of the tournament here, they lost 116-117 against the Atlanta Hawks without Trae Young, which a lot of people are making a big deal of. But I'm here to tell you something. The Hawks are going to trade Trae Young because they're better without him. They are a better team without Trae Young. They've been that way for a long time, and they proved it against this team. But it really wasn't them. It was all self-inflicted. 20 turnovers, lost the offensive rebound battle 20-6, points in the paint 68-32. I brought this up a couple shows ago. Their on-ball defense is garbage to start this season, which is just hustle. Their pick and roll defense is garbage, which it always is because their bigs are not that great in that scenario. But on ball, they were getting beat to the rim every single possession by these young, fast wingers by the Hawks. They just have a hustle problem, which, look, they came back against the Nets and destroyed them, and they came out and played their game. And when they do, they're going to be unbeatable. But even in game 1, where they shot the lights out, they gave up 120-something points to the Knicks. Their defense is just not up to par right now. 13th most points in the NBA. Teams are shooting 47% against them for 8th worst in the league. They're 14th in defensive rebounds, 16th in turnovers created, 26th in assists, I think. I don't know if you want to call it the hangover or they haven't locked in yet. It's early in the season. I'm not too worried about it, but it's a long season. If you want to talk about the Celtics, how many times can you talk about how good Jason Tatum is? Right now, their biggest problem is their effort in the margins, which is defense and rebounding and turnovers. And it's a real thing. This is why they've lost their games, and this is why games have been closer than they should have. Any thoughts on that?
Right now, the Celtics are in the old school NBA dynasty, a Kobe Shaq sort of thing. If they flip the switch, they're unbeatable. It's just whether or not they want to play. And when they just play regular, straight up Missoula ball, they're just going to jack up threes. And if they're shooting over whatever percentage they need to, they win the game. If they don't, then there's a chance they could lose. And they don't seem to care about that result. And they feel good enough that the percentages are in their favor, that they're going to win enough with their minimum level of effort at this point in time.
Ray, have you calmed down enough to have an opinion about the Celtics and their lack of effort at this point?
Yeah, because Imay's gone. That was the defensive guy that wanted to hustle and play defense. Okay.
Did he just kick himself out?
I don't know.
He's going to go with
Did you actually get to Ray? I didn't know that was possible. I thought he had the thickest skin I've ever seen anybody have. He can take anything.
I would think so, especially when you're just jibber jabbering about the fucking NBA tournament being exhibition games when it's not. Like, Aime's been gone for 2 years. They won a fucking championship. What are you talking about?
He molested a Celtics wife or person's wife. It was years ago at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what he talked about. If he left, maybe he didn't pay his internet bill.
All right, here we go.
So there you go.
We've knocked down 2. We started with 4. We're down to 2.
2 down, 1 to go.
Yeah, it's Simple Minds Survivor. Who can stay on the latest?
Exactly. Let's see. Maybe I'll just leave. Maybe we'll just call the show. Game over.
Exactly. Yeah.
Game over. Let me take this opportunity to give another. Superfan Patrick asks, "Where's the?" Well, we can't say that one. While we're here, the extras at Celtics Bruins Hour. I'll just do a quick toot on my pasta take that took a lot of grief on the internet there when I said that he was not an elite player without elite talent around him. Did a little deep dive on statistics for our favorite Boston Bruin, David Pastrnak. In elimination games and closeout games in the playoffs, 24 total games. He's a -6 overall with 10 goals and 11 assists. Well, that's all I have to say on that. I think Ray's still here because he's operating from the background. He's just being a pussy and won't come on screen. So if that's the case, why don't we throw it over to a quick break, come back with Simplest Minds. Oh, best of the internets, which should be fun. Let's see if he's...
He's so mad.
Where'd you go?
I was there the whole time.
What do you mean?
I can remove myself. Watch. Watch. See?
Oh, and Bobby's gone.
Hey. Yeah, see?
Why'd you remove yourself, though?
I just needed a mental minute.
Broke him. Broke back mountain. Got him. Aime. You want to finish your Aime thought?
Nope.
Okay, good call. Can we this is the best of the internet. Here's a little segment where we take a break from pissing off Ray and just give you something to laugh at. So this is better if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening, these ones will be okay, but I suggest going on YouTube and catching them. This first one, nothing. I don't even remember what these are, so we're just gonna talk about it live. I've labeled piss agreement.
If I put the seat up to urinate and then put it down after I'm done, at your request, that is 2 seat repetitions per urinary event. This arrangement means that if you go into the bathroom, you can just sit down and urinate and leave with 0 seat repetitions per urinary event. Would it not then be a fair and equitable marriage arrangement, creating a scenario where we are both responsible for only 1 seat repetition per urinary event? And she's gone.
I thought Bobby would very much appreciate that.
I like that a lot. That is good.
It's logical to the point, and the lady didn't like it. That's just math.
No, it is. It's unreasonable of that woman to want that, and
of all women to want that. I think we might start a movement.
It is.
We might start a movement. Is there an over/under? Superfan Patrick, do over/under Ray talks for the rest of the night. How many words? Let's get that going on DraftKings. Before that, let's do this one. I'm starting to remember these now. The next clip is just the Raiders and their suckitude.
Oh, hold on. I have to grab that one because that's not a movie. Sorry. Here you are.
I think it was, but
no, it was just music behind it, and it was. I thought would get flagged by YouTube if we.
I see. Music. Okay, so here you are on the screen. I'll read it to you. This is a meme that says things that did not exist the last time the Raiders won the playoff game. It's got a picture of a real fuzzy picture of Rich Gannon playing against. I believe that's the Titans. So things that did not exist the last time the Raiders won a playoff game. iPhone. The iPhone did not exist. The iPod Nano, Hulu, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Tesla, Amazon Prime, Gmail, Amazon Alexa, Uber, PlayStation 3. That's accurate, Ray?
Yep.
Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, Blu-ray DVD did not exist. the Vegas Golden Knights, ESPNU, Bleacher Report, podcasting. So you wouldn't have got us. Spotify, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Borat, Taylor Swift's first album. Last time Rich Gannon led that team to a playoff win for the Raiders. That's pretty impressive.
That's insane.
I didn't look up that year. What year?
I wonder what else will be invented until they do.
2002?
That's a good question. 2002 seems right.
Was that their Super Bowl run when they lost to Tampa?
Wasn't it the year in between the Patriots win?
Yeah. I think that's the last
we
time.
know what happened in 01.
Yeah, so then it was,
02
the Bucks, then the Pats won the next two.
I don't remember. We have to look that up. Next clip is called Right in the Butt.
Tavares, right in the butt?
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, that was a Wheel of Fortune clip, which was just not even close. The first word he guessed was right, and it was 4 letters with the last one being
R-I-T-E. R-I-T-E, man.
Yeah, the first, but go look. There's an S at the end.
Oh, there was? Oh,
yeah, King of the Trolls right there. Well done by him, but right in the butt.
Right in the butt.
Excellent Wheel of Fortune. Lastly, here we have one called Ocho, which I forget.
Having intercourse with someone that you have feelings about and that you love, and hearing her say, go deeper. Stay with me, y'all. Go deeper. And mind you, as she continues to whisper this in my ear, I'm already all the way in. So then, subconsciously, mentally, I'm gone. My ego, I'm hurt, and that's something I don't wish on no man.
She already knew, Ocho. She knows you were a short fisherman.
Yeah.
You ain't no deep sea fisherman. You ain't got that kind of meat on you.
Yeah.
You ain't got that kind of line.
You know that.
George, what are you talking about?
I don't come with scuba gear.
Ocho.
I don't come with scuba gear. I told her, and just I ain't really been the same.
Yeah,
since
you
then,
fishing.
And this was
You
way back
fishing with a cane
87.
pole. You got to have a rod and reel to spin it on out there.
Yeah.
You ain't got that on you.
I tell you no lie. I lie for you before I lie to you, but that I never forget that. And to this day, I don't know what she is, but
see, here's the thing, Ocho. Because you 155, you couldn't put no weight on her, and you're like, you heavy. Something on her.
Right.
Your chest, something.
Right. You right. You see. That's why after that, I started doing everything at a faster rate, because having intercourse with someone,
you don't got that kind of meat on you.
I'll lie for you before I lie to you. That I don't know if it's a podcast, a show with Shannon Sharp. I think it's called After Hours or
it's something like that. Yeah,
he was on with Deion Sanders and somebody else. And
wasn't it Ocho? Wasn't it Chad Johnson? I think it was the three of them.
The three, and
those two are the show.
I don't know. I don't remember. Either way, we could have ran 6 of those clips. All of them around that subject, which I just like the delivery, how serious they are. Like, you ain't got that, Ocho. You ain't a scuba diver.
Just throw out that line.
Yeah. So there you go. I thought that was funny. Okay, we'll close out the show right after this with Simplest Minds of the Week.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
Now, Ray, seeing as you left us early to take a mental health break, we didn't get a chance to run through the Jaylen Brown Giannis controversy. I know we have some clips from that. The Nike child. You said you had extra clips.
I got rid of them.
In a rage of fury?
Yes.
Okay. We'll skip that then. If you'd like to hear more about that, go to SimMindSports.com. There's a blog on it. Giannis has the biggest swing of likability in the modern NBA era. He has turned into a real tool, and apparently Ray thought so too. We're not sure. We're never going to know Ray's opinion on it because the blind rage took over. I tell you what, we do know opinion of Jameis Winston and people who live around water, which is our first Simplest Minds of the week. I think this is old. I think this is from
We play Florida State.
No, I think it's from Part of My Take.
Oh.
Swim away, Chris. You're not going nowhere. We got you on the boat right now. What do you have to say for yourself? Your cousin came. Your cousin came. Why do fish flap when they're out the water? A wise friend told me that they're just simply trying to swim away.
Wrong clip. That was the Jameis fish clip, but that's okay. Jameis Winston is a prize. Here's what you need to do. You just need to go to YouTube and type in Jameis Winston, because he will give you several hours of content there.
Oh, that's a clip you sent me.
There's another clip in there. It says Jameis Winston water, which is also what's in the email here. Jameis water. Do you need to take it? You want to take a break? Come back?
No, I'm good. No.
Okay.
No.
Let's close this one out with dead tanning bed dude.
I was kind of like sniffing, trying not to look crazy, but I was like, something smells really awful here.
That smell coming from one of the tanning bedrooms, where 39-year-old Derek Sink was found dead.
The first thing that kind of went off in my head was, lack of attention from the staff members at Planet Fitness, which is pretty disappointing because maybe it could have been prevented.
Sink's family tells 13 News he went into a tanning bed at the gym on Friday, but wasn't found until Monday morning.
Interesting.
Yikes.
That's great employee work right there, because obviously if you knew someone was there and you didn't clean that tanning bed after, that's fucking disgusting.
You're not allowed to grunt at Planet Fitness, but you can die in a tanning bed.
Yeah, there's no lunkheads there.
No, you can flip the switch on eternal life as you fry away your brain if you'd like. The smell is what gave it away, which is...
Yeah, it's crispy.
That's an interesting tidbit. Yeah, extra crispy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Also, stray shot was at the Pacers. Like they zoomed in.
Yeah. This is where the Pacers work out.
Pacers caught the stray on that one. This place is sponsored by the Pacers. So there you go. That's
wait. I have one more, because this is how I felt all day, especially tonight during the show. So here's my last clip.
The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with nonstop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old. His mom was overheard telling flight attendants he has behavioral problems. Passenger Shane Townley shot the video.
She kind of looked like she was used to it. He was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles. There was nothing she could do.
Before the plane even took off from Germany, the child's mother could be heard asking a flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so the child could be appeased with an iPad. She was also heard pleading, "Calm down, honey."
Everybody was just kind of looking at each other like, oh, this is going to be a long flight.
The passengers sure were.
This has been Simon Sports Show, Friday Rewind live Thursday, November 14th. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Like